You guys went to church where in Fairground?
Baptist church.
Were you up there pretty
Every
regular?
time the door opened, we was there.
And you enjoyed every minute of
God.
it.
We'd have them 2-week revivals that last from 7 to 9:30 every night. I got churched out. I'm not kidding you.
Well, how about grade school? Who was your favorite teacher? Or did you have a favorite teacher?
Yeah, probably Mrs. Kelly.
Yeah.
She was a 5th grade teacher. Mrs. House was the 6th grade teacher, and she was.
She could get your attention.
She slapped me from on my seat once.
What'd you do?
Well, I had a big geography book, you know,
Looking smart.
and I had a funny book behind it. And how the big woman got behind me, I don't know. But all of a sudden, I was in the floor. And she picked me up and crammed me back in the seat and put my nose in the book and said, "Don't move till I tell you." And that was about 2 hours.
You didn't wiggle.
No.
Did you learn any geography?
I learned not to bring funny books. But she was a good teacher. And she, I done stuff for her later after I got out of school. And she
got past it.
Yeah. Back when I could come out back from the service and before I went to the post office, I was working at Lilly, and then in the spring I would plow gardens and what have you for people, and I'd done hers. I got to know her pretty well, and
She's a pretty good old lady.
she's not near the lady I thought she was. But nowadays, they wouldn't do that to you. I would think they're afraid to touch students now, aren't they?
That's physical discipline.
They wasn't
and
afraid back then.
You can put them in seclusion someplace, but can't hurt anybody anymore.
Man, this is after I got out of school, but there was a bunch of boys got spanking for going across 125, you know.
Yeah. High school boy.
Yeah.
But you weren't, when you got in high school, you kind of tamed down. You got on the ball team and kind of.
I played basketball, yeah. I played softball.
And band.
Yeah.
Maybe that started in junior high.
I started in 7th grade.
And what year was it that they bought the new uniforms and now all the kids worked hard to? Or was that just the first uniforms?
That was about 1950, 51. Geraldine Badgley was the music teacher. We went to state 2 years in a row. We went to Columbia.
As a marching band?
As a band.
Okay.
And
you played baritone?
Yeah. They chartered Greyhound bus and took us up there both years. Quite a trip.
Yeah. How many times did you ever been out of Fairgrove? You went to Springfield how often? Just shop? Maybe once a month or so?
Well, after I got a car and a little money, I went to Springfield a lot.
Pretty regular?
Yeah.
Cruising the drive-ins?
Mm-hmm.
But
now, back in, say, about 1950, on Saturday night, all the stores in Fairgrove stayed open till 9 o'clock. And a lot of the farmers would come in and buy their stuff.
And you always went downtown to see what the action was.
Yeah. I know one year Glenn Hendricks was running for sheriff, and he had a big ice cream social. All the ice cream you wanted free. I ate enough to make me sick.
All these lasting memories. I don't know. A kid has to learn the hard way, I guess.
Well, back then, if you didn't live just right in the middle of town, if you lived on a farm or something like that, you worked. There's no doubt about it.
What kind of chores did you have?
Well, from the time I was in the 1st grade, I was up at 5 o'clock every morning, and we'd go to the barn and we milked about 20 cows by hand. And of course, you got other chores, feeding
And somebody strained the milk, I guess?
Yeah.
Did they separate it and sell the cream?
No. He sold it in
Old
Springfield.
milk.
Yeah.
Somebody come out and
Had
haul
can
it.
route.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it was.
Everybody was trying to make a few dollars, and not very many dollars.
Yep.
And then your folks probably had chickens and hogs
We
to
had
feed.
chickens and hogs. And,
Big garden.
Yeah. pull a lot of weeds.
But that's a good thing for kids to learn that kind of discipline to
Well-
help feed the family. They weren't making any money; they were just helping support
Yeah.
the family.
I know a lot of times at noon we would kill a fryer,
Fresh, you didn't.
brand new, and dress it, and Mom would cook it for lunch. Dad was gone; he was working in Springfield, and
Did you come home for lunch from school, or
no,
you ate school
Yeah.
lunch?
this is in the summertime when I was out of school.
Yeah.
And my brother always eat the pulley bone,
He got the favorite piece.
and Mom eat the breast, and I eat the rest.
Yeah, that's all right. But there wasn't anything left over of a chicken. It just
No.
got devoured in one meal. What else was her? What else did she cook that you liked? Was she a good baker?
Oh yeah, she was a good cook.
Did you guys pick berries
Yeah,
and made pies?
Yeah.
Cobblers?
cake. She could make cake. My aunt made some of the best cake.
Did she teach you how to cook, or?
Yeah, I had to learn because she was in the hospital at one time for, gosh, I don't know how long. And I had to do the cooking. The ceiling in that old house had a 9-foot ceiling, and one time some of the eggs ended up on the ceiling. They got a little bit hot.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you guys probably burnt wood. Did you
Yeah.
help? Did you buy wood or cut your own
No, we
your own wood?
cut it.
Wood cook stove too?
Yep.
Well, that's a lot of work.
It was probably 49. Well, when they built CC Highway in 1949, and they took some land from Dad
Mm-hmm.
down there, that little piece that's down there now that's by the mill stream,
Mm-hmm.
and took his water, and he got enough money that he drilled a new well and put in a pressure system. We was drawing water with a bucket, well bucket.
And had an outhouse.
Yeah, well, yeah. He made enough money that he drill a new well and pressure system, and built a room on, he called it a sleeping room, it was on the south. And we had an inside bathroom, and we put propane gas in. Bill Anderson was the one to put it in.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever seen Bill. He scared me to death. He filled in that gas tank, and he didn't say nothing to nobody. And that thing popped off.
Made a little racket.
Oh, made a heck of a racket. Mom come out of the house, wanted to know what was the matter,
And he was just whistling,
Yeah.
pretending like nothing happened.
He said, "Oh, Miss Harwood, I ain't tell you about that," but he didn't.
Well, you and him got to be pretty good buddies in
Yeah.
later years. Well, we'll get up to that. We need to go back to high school again. You playing basketball, and at some kind of a ball game over in Elkland, you met up with a girl named Patsy Deal.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a cheerleader for Elkland, and I played for Fairgrove, and she was out on the floor and caused me to lose the ball. And when I got it again, I started to throw it at her, and Shelby Rainey, the referee, said, "If you do that, young man, you're out of the game."
And you thought twice.
So I didn't do it. Well, when we left, she was standing at the door as we went by. And she spoke to me, and I spoke to her. Well,
Did she say she was sorry?
no,
Oh.
never has. But they had
That's
another
between
ball.
you and her.
They had another ball game the next night. We didn't have one, so we went back over there.
Yeah.
And I took her home, and her friend was Rebecca Eisenhower,
Oh, yeah.
Richard's older sister. James Shade went with me, and he took her home. But that started, and
How long after that was it you got married?
it was the next year.
You
Yeah.
were both just out of high school?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a lot older than you, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
And then, how long after that was it before you joined the Air Force
Well, I got one of them notices.
from the government?
Yeah, it said your friends and neighbors, So I didn't want to go in the Army, and I joined the Air Force. That was in December of '54.